Hi everyone, today we're taking a look at AEM's Sales Flyer Builder. The Sales Flyer Builder is an easy to use tool that will allow you to make a sales flyer in moments flat. So let's go ahead and get started without any further ado. First thing you're going to want to do is customize the header. So as you can see here, I've already loaded my store logo. And what's cool about this system is the store logo and the store hours here on the right will persist every time you make a new flyer. So what that means is after you make this flyer, if you go to make a new one next month, this will stay as well as the store hour. So you don't have to always recreate those when you make a new flyer, saving you some time. The next thing you want to do is upload a feature image. So 820 by 230 pixels is really the ideal sweet spot for this image. And I've already made a few of scaled images, so what I'm going to do is load my Camaro image that's been scaled perfectly to the space. And this is the first place that customers are going to look. This is the first place that their eyes are going to be drawn to, so it's important that this is a cool image that really gains a lot of attention. Next thing we want to do is customize the name of the flyer. So I think April Sales Flyer in this case is okay, but if you wanted to customize this to something different, like deals or something like that, you can do that. But what I want to do here is just change the styling just a bit so it stands out just a tad more. So what I can do is click into this box anywhere, and what I'm going to do is change the background color to a performance red, and I'm going to change the font to a white so that it is very readable. I want this to be as readable for my customers as possible. And then what I'm going to do is make that font bold and italicize it so that it's just a little bit more stylish. Now a little bit further down, this is the meat and potatoes of the system itself, and that's adding new products. And there's a few different ways to do this. So what I want to do is click the Add New icon, and I can either select something that we're featuring at the moment, so these featured parts. You can either filter by category or by brand or even by part number, or you can add a new product altogether that's maybe something custom that we don't have in our data. So what I want to do, just for demonstration in today's video, is add a featured product. So this Flex-A-Lot electric fan is perfect. So I'll click that. And you're going to see that I have reference prices here. And sometimes you're going to see jobber, sometimes you'll see MSRP or MAP, depending on the data we have available. In this case, we have the jobber, so that's a good place for me to start. So I'm going to type in 458.00 and hit submit. The next cool thing about the tool is that it's going to give you some descriptions to choose from, so it's going to best fit your needs. So in this case, I'm going to pick the marketing description, but I have a few others to choose from if I wanted to, or I can even personalize and write my own custom description altogether. But in this case, I like the marketing description, and I'm just going to hit submit. And you're going to see my part has been laid out generally. Now, the one thing you're going to know here is you're probably going to have to style these just a little bit, so they're not going to be, because the name of this part is a little bit long, you're going to see that it overlaps the description just a tad. So what we want to do is decrease this font size just a bit. So we're going to go down to 20-point font. That's perfect. And then probably what I want to do here, and again, this depends on the size of the description and the name. You may never have to do changes, but if you do, what I would probably do is give these a little bit of space, a little bit of breathing room. That way it's a little bit easier to read. And I'm going to move my part number here to the right and my price over here to the right as well. And then once you've got things generally laid out, what I recommend you do is click Preview Flyer. So you can make sure at a customer level that this is something that's easy to read and parse through. In this case, it is. So once I'm done there, I can close the preview and begin to add my other products as I see fit. Okay. So now that we have our cover made, what we can do is actually add a second page altogether to give us more space for products if needed. And to do that, you're going to see the Add Second Page button here off to the left. And clicking that will actually create for us a brand new page fully ready for new parts. And you can add up to 8 here, as you can see here. And you can even include some feature text once again, similar to what you saw on the cover. And you can really fill this out right up to your specifications. Now if you're satisfied with this and you don't need any extra space, it's just as simple to remove the second page as it was to add it. It's actually the same location as before, and you'll just simply click Remove Second Page this time. It's going to confirm that that is correct, and you're going to say yes. And that second page is now gone. Now the other thing I want to show you today is how to add a part, not using our data, but to do something fully custom. In order to do that, what we can do is just simply click the plus icon like before, and rather than pick anything from our data, what you'll want to do is click Add Your Own Product. And within this panel, you're going to see a few different things. So you want to give this product the name. I'll give it something generic today. So product 1. Part number is also going to be generic. So we'll do something like that. And I'm going to say that this is going to be $59.95. And you want to make sure you put that dollar symbol there as well. It's just important so that it renders properly on the front side. And then give it a description as well. So my products information. and we're done. The last piece of the puzzle here is adding images to this product. So adding a product image itself, so a picture of the product itself, and then a logo of the manufacturer if applicable. And how this works is if you were to click Add Logo Image, it's going to pull up your Windows Explorer or your Finder if you're on a Mac, and you can then select whichever photo you want from your local machine, double click it or click Open, and it's going to pull this and apply it to that part. It's just that simple. And when you're done, all you do is click Add Part, and it will add itself similar to the other products that you saw earlier. But now what I'm going to do is hit close and show you one more feature here that's really neat, and that's going to be the move forward or send backward. Now what this is important for is if you have an image that has a really wide white background that tends to overlap some of your other content, maybe it's overlapping your text, maybe I can have an example here. So let's bring, it actually is already kind of doing it. You'll see that this white background is sort of clipping the Flex-A-Lot logo just a bit. So that's because this image here has a white background and it's kind of overlapping Flex-A-Lot just a tad. So what I want to do to fix that is move this image behind Flex-A-Lot. And I can do that by clicking Send Backward, or if you want to bring it forward, you can do that as well. But I'm going to click the fan here, and I'm going to send it backwards. And you'll see I sent it backwards twice. There are a lot of layers here, but after sending it backwards twice, the Flex-A-Lot logo now shows its full self. So it's just that simple to move things forward and backwards. Again, maybe not applicable in all cases, but if you have an image with a huge white background, this may come into play quite often. Once I've added all my products, there's a couple of other things you want to know how to do here. So if you have a Prop 65 warning that needs to go on the page somewhere, rather than type something in or customize this, we actually make available a custom button. It's just Add Prop 65 Warning. Clicking that's going to add that warning to the bottom left feature text. If you did not need that, you can use that area for something else, some marketing text or something along those lines. Now the bottom right feature text allows you to customize that area as well. So maybe it's something like visit us today, something marketing oriented there. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So let's say 28-point font. I clicked into the wrong one. Let's make this one 28. And what I'm going to do is bold this, and let's make that red as well to fit the bar at the top. So once we're satisfied with our flyer, we're done. We're done with the design part. And again, you want to add your other products, but once we're done with the design, there's a few different things to do from here. So you're going to notice that that saved icon just appeared there. Now this will save automatically in increments, so you're always going to be protected against any sort of power outages, anything like that, but I do recommend hitting save every once in a while so you don't lose any changes. But then what I want to do is I can click File. I can then do a few different things from here. So I can export this flyer to a PDF or to a PNG. A PDF is a great way to email this to your coworkers or to your jobbers. There's a lot of options you can do here. As a PNG, that's more oriented towards embedding a graphic on a website, for instance. So if you wanted something to go on your website just as a graphic, PNG is probably the best pick here. You can also print this directly. So if you have a jobber in your store and you want to print this right away, this is the best way to get that quickly. Now Share will allow you to send a link. So if you're texting a friend or emailing a friend and you just want to send them a link to this without having a PDF to deal with, then Share is a good option. But Link This Flyer is very interesting. So Link This Flyer allows you to send a link to this flyer to a coworker, for instance, or an employee, and they can come in and edit this themselves. So this will not be a flattened file for them. This is something they can come in and edit. One thing to be aware of, though, is clicking Link This Flyer and giving somebody a link this way will not overwrite your changes. That person you've sent this to will have a duplicate that they can then make their own custom changes to without overriding any of the work you've already done. So that's the Sales Flyer Builder in a nutshell. If you have any questions or comments, though, please give us a call at 888-251-4252, and we're happy to help you with the process.